kinds of signals, three types of signals like traffic signals. If it's a green, the person is well settled in the society. Now we see that the non-formal education would contain family income management, improve production of agriculture, and when I say just improve production of agriculture, it's not a simple production of agriculture. As you would see in the presentation of Professor Jinji, it's as I was told by a friend, that Mao Zedong, he started, asking the people to cultivate different types of crops in different areas. And one professor said, though it's not the way it should be done, he had the GPS, mapping of the land, and then came up with a suggestion that which area is suitable for what type of crop. So the backing, it's not only, it's just one part. We, inshallah, will be getting backing for different types of agriculture technologies, livestock production. Now, when I say that, for example, presently we have the wheat production which is almost 30 mans per acre, which is really 1/3 of what the most nations are taking. So if we can increase to, let's say, double it or triple it, then you can see that how much produce would come up for improving the state of the people. Then livestock sector, again, that's very important, as you have listened from the speech of the Prime Minister when talking about the poverty alleviation. Yeah, it's an area where you can immediately improve upon the things. Doesn't take that much time, and you can really get the results. That's in single, manipulations. If the buffaloes, they are not tied on their, a place, and they are left open and they are given free water, you can increase 1 or 2 liters of milk. So just simple, there are certain things that we can improve upon. The production of these livestock, poultry, fisheries, then valuation is very important, and technology and techniques. So integrated farming, then tree plantation, environment, skills development, suited for entrepreneurship and job market, specifically for the youth. So that's family income management, the way a family should manage the income, and the back-end support will be provided by the experts who are managing this cake tech project. Family management, family marriages. Now there is a need for the change of mindset of the people. That what is the better time for the family marriage, marriage of the children, breastfeeding. When there is a breastfeeding, there is a natural gap between the girls. So it's just improving upon the things in ordered way of stomach injections, that if you are feeding the children, you get a gap between births. Care of the expectant mothers, early child care and development, prevention of deficiency diseases like stunting and others, then gender equality, roles, responsibilities and rights of the citizen, tolerance and justice in the society. So these are those things which people could be made aware of. It's not that they're going to make them experts, but the society, they should know what are the rights and what are the responsibilities and how to behave within themselves and in the society. So then, access of clean water, that's something really of basic importance. Then better nutrition, sanitation, health care, disease prevention, climate changes, food security and energy. These are the things which are would be part of this non-formal education. Let's see in this case, when we say that one should take care of the nutrition, no hunger, everybody has food to eat. You can see that luckily we have got so much possibilities. If we are seeing that this is a fruit shop in Pakistan and a vegetable shop. Already we have got every type of land, soil, weather throughout the year, throughout in the country. And we are producing every type of fruit, vegetable, and staple food, even let's say variety of animal foods. So it is important that we are improving our growth planning in all these areas. For example, with the increase in the population in Pakistan, we need to enhance the production of all these substances. Now, that's the way for sustainable better nutrition. There should be a possibility for local production of staple food, vegetable foods, and livestock products. And deficiency can be addressed by supplementation. As just now Professor Aina has mentioned, that deficient nutrients present in the food could be. Now this is about personal health, third SDG. How that can be tackled? Very simple, but of course to achieve all that it needs a lot of efforts. Personal hygiene being the most important. And then, when we, I'm sure most of you must have come across this washing schools. What is that? Washing school, clean water, then it's sanitation, hygiene, and these are the basic things in order to achieve the health. And everybody, most of the people, they are practicing certain things, and those who are unaware, they should be made aware, so that they should practice these things and they should develop a healthy lifestyle. Now, what about the quality education in this century for the younger generation? Now, there are certain future-ready skills which need to be inculcated in our children, and these are foundational literacy, and then there are competencies and character building. And you can see the components of all these. And these are the basic things. And one thing more which we are talking about, one bag, one and one book. So if we get all this material on this device that's mobile, and then that problem is also taken care of. Because when I see that the bags of the children going to school, they are really taking up the ass load, which is it's a bigger load for the children to take, and sometimes mother, fathers or other relations, they are carrying that load. So that's a pity that we need to take care of all that. And in this way, we need to develop literacy skills, numeracy skills, scientific literacy, digital literacy, and then financial literacy, and civic literacy. And so far, the competencies are concerned: critical thinking, creativity, and then there are communication skills, and when we talk of these character building, then there is curiosity, initiative, and adaptability, leadership, social, cultural interaction, all that. Now, the critical thinking, our creativity, our communication skills, our collaboration, these can be developed in different ways, which are, part of this program. Then you can see here that education is one single most important factor in economical progress of any nation. So this is the total model. The whole model is that the contents these contents, whether used from locally available contents or from internationally available contents or developed locally, these contents are put on the data server, and that data server has got tagging and meta-tagging possibilities, and these are distributed through mobile to the stakeholders, where these will be distributed according to the region, according to the place where that has to be used, and these contents would be area specific, and then the utilization of these contents either by the toddler or by the child or by the mother, sister, father, anybody in the family, that will be, having back connection about the usage. And if the usage would be analyzed with the big data analysis and the statistical analysis would give us a clue that which part of this device or which content of this device is being extensively used or less used, or which is interesting, not interesting, where we need to improve upon the things, where we need to innovate, or whatever the action is to be taken. So this is sort of the feedback which is coming from all this, and all this programming that does involve artificial intelligence. So we are getting these contents from national, international sources, and then putting them together for a good of the society. So thank you so much. These are the if there is any question. Everybody is interested to have tea now. Please introduce yourself and
Assalamualaikum. I'm Dr. Aisha from UMT. This is really a very interesting app, and I hope that it will reach its goal and aims. But I want to know that what type of operating system can it use? Like, can it be on both Android-based and iPhones and all types, or it is specifically designed for Android? Number one. Number two, there will be some, I hope that this application will be free of cost, but will all the extensions available will be free of cost for everyone, or they have to buy some extensions?
Initially it's Android-based, and it will be coming part by part because everything cannot be developed all together. Once the things are being developed, they will be implemented. So for the cost is concerned, for the people in the less privileged areas, it should be costless. However, the costs which are being incurred in different ways, we need to think of the ways and means how to raise those costs. And that is what needs to be planned. We are doing that, working on that. Thank you.
Professor Nawaz, and now I call upon Professor Roon Guai Huang, National Engineering Laboratory for Cyber Learning and Intelligent Technology Smart Learning Institute, to please come and talk on cyber learning and intelligent technology for education and teacher training.
Good afternoon. We're back again. Actually, this topic is a propositional composition. Also, asking me to say something about how to use new technology to enhance education and teaching training. So, this presentation will be presented by my colleague, Kenny, and me. So, how many people in Pakistan How many people in Pakistan? 180 million. Do you know how many students in China? More than 200 million students. It's only premier and middle school students. So how to develop education in China is a big issue. As you know, China developed so fast in the last 40 years. You know economic developed so fast. Actually, education is also the key issue, the key element, the key efforts we make for the development. For me, I'm working in Beijing Normal University for more than 30 years. Beijing Normal, the key university in China, focus on education and teacher education. Actually, it's more than 100 years. And all the policy, research, and assessment will be conducted in this university. This is the key university in China. Actually, some people say it's the #1 university in education in China. So, what is the problem in China? What's the biggest educational challenge in new era? The first one is equality. The second one is quality. The third one is personalization. We need to develop education so to reach a high level. And also we need to balance the Western and the East, the big city and the rural area. So this is a big problem. One of the approaches using new technology, ICT in education. So 2 years ago, the National Development and Reform Committee approved a national engineering level for cyber learning and intelligence and technology. It's a national level. Actually, this level can combine with China Mobile. As you know, it's the #1 mobile company in China. And the Tsinghua University. Tsinghua University is also a top university in China. It's quite similar as the MIT in America. Applied Tech is a #1 company focused on voice technology. Its products can translate every language into language you can use. If I say Chinese, can speak English, speak other language, more than 100 languages. And they have a artificial intelligence. Another one is intelligent. This company focus on VR technology, virtual reality technology. They are working together. So what's the company? What's the level? First one, 5 issues. The first one, we need to create the new infrastructure using 5 generation network, 5G, with mobile technology to improve the interaction between people and the technology. The second one, we try to create new environment. For example, this classroom may be traditional. Is it possible to create a quite real environment between 2 universities? Even from here to Beijing, we need to create a new environment. And we need to change the layout of the chairs. For this program, for this classroom, we just speak, you listen, and they ask a question. Only 2 ways. For new generation students, not enough. We need to develop. The second one is knowledge technology. We need to manage technology to a knowledge graph, and to help to develop adaptive learning technology. The fourth is we need to focus on learning analytics. We need to collect some of the data. The fifth one is how to optimize the administration. So using AI to support the decision. Actually, the vision is to be a new one to innovation, and also for research and maybe a think tank. So many things. This slide shows you the level. We cooperate with Tsinghua University and other companies. We will cooperate with a lot of other companies and also create so many piloting regions for experiment. Actually, this level we cooperate with a lot of organizations and with a lot of universities all over the world. For example, in America, Harvard University, MIT, Stanford University, and also this year we have a cooperation with the UNT and North University of Texas. We organize a US-China Smart Education Conference. We try to compare what's the difference between China and the US, how ICT transform education. So we are trying to find so many organizations working together. So I like this topic, collective action. We need all the organizations working together. So let's say we are trying to do. So next, invite my colleagues show you two examples how to help the rural area help other countries to improve education and teacher education. Please, can you?
Thanks everyone. I'm Ting from National Engineering Laboratory. Many thanks for taking over the microphone from the Professor Huang. So in the next no more than 10 minutes, I will share our experience and practice and what we are doing, trying to do in the teachers training nationally and internationally. Okay, so first I want to show the case what we have done in the last year, and under the supervision of the Ministry of Education in China. So we conduct the projects called the Western Poorest Areas Primary and Secondary School Principles Education Informatization Special Training Project. I will show you the maps of what we are trying to do and what we are trying to say when we say we conduct the educational projects in the Western Poorest area. Actually, we have the terminology called the districts. We call the 3 districts and the 3 prefectures, which means all this side are from the Tibet, where we marked red in the map, the Tibet and the Yunnan, Gansu, Qinghai, Sichuan province. So there are 24 cities and 209 counties with a total population of more than 25.8 million. And the majority of them are African minority in China. And for the educational factors, actually they already have the 16,000 schools at the basic, which means the primary and secondary schools, and including the 5.685 million students, and totally over the 300,000 full-time teachers and have a community in that area. But however, even though there are lots of the educational invitation has been done before and to address the educationally different distribution, due to the very bad evaluation and the bad environment, so we can see there is still have lots of educational distribution problems. The left picture I've shown here, actually this is what you will find when you go to this district. So all the Western Poorest area in China, they are the mountainous area. So it's very bad transportation and limited access to get inside. And in the middle, what we have done, the teachers training in the primary school, is called Ding Primary School in Yunnan Province. And you can see that all the primary schools, playgrounds are surrounded by the snow-capped mountain. So it's very extremely limited educational facilities in that schools. The left one, the right one is, as I mentioned before, the majority of the students are ethnic minorities. So rest of, not including the national curriculum that they have to attend in their primary school, they also have their traditional traditional courses. This picture shows how students are having their knitting the classes and knitting the traditional blanket. So in that situations, our National Engineering Library conducts these teachers training projects in this area, and under the ministry's policy, we call the Educational Humanization 2.0 Action Plan. In this plan, actually we have it sends very clear goals for how to mobilize and how to enable and engage these principal or educators to use the digital and the ICTs in education. So we call the sending trains to home, because our professor and our expertise will go into this area, and we combine the online and offline teaching approach. So let's see what we have done before. For our target groups, all the trainees are the principal from the primary or secondary school in these areas and from the different provinces. And we have combination the different training forms like the group discussion and the field visits. And we also have the cyber learning online approach. I will explain later. And for our training content, you can see, I will not go into it one by one, but you will see we are not trying to figure out how to teach a teacher's teaching. We're not to focus on that. We're also trying to enable them to how to mobilize the educational resource, how to build the teachers or educators capacity building, and how to mobilize and transform and help them to serve better for the educational plan for in the holistic perspective. So I'm actually in the combination of the online and the offline approach is very special, and we want to conduct in another applied site. So the picture on the top, so you can see this is Professor He Ge come from the Beijing Normal University, and he is delivering the lecture in our Beijing office, the National Laboratory Lab. And when they deliver the lecture online, all the trainees in Yunnan province, they can receive the lecture in our training venues. So in these combinations, so all the best education resource can access into these areas. And we also have another combination lectures. We can see we have the course the student learning character and the learning models informatization age. So we have used the two teachers, one teacher in virtual and one teacher in person. This means face to face. So these two teachers models we will conduct in the rest of the training, even though in the extremely and the bad environment, which means we cannot access in that area. And also, I want to mention in these whole programs, our labs served as the official organizers and cooperate with the Ministry of Education. We also issue the certificate for every trainees and every principals and from the different schools. So this is some pictures that shows how we conduct the training session. And we conduct a different workshop and we have field visits, and also in the middle you can see this is the learning notes have done by the trainee and the principal, and they will submit this learning learning notes, including how they feel after training and what they have achieved, what they have gone from this training. So with this, the effective feedbacks, we have to revitalize them, we have to enhance our training contents and syllabus. So this is what we have done in China. And in the meantime, so we also deliver some of the teachers' trainings in international community. So we have these projects we call the International Seminar on Building Up the Quality Teaching Force for Rural Schools. Actually, the background of these projects is better to respond to the interim declaration by the UNESCO in 2015. Well, we can conclude that because it informs us we have to ensure to all the educators, all the teachers have to be engaged and they have to be empowered. So it's the best solution, best suggestion is to invest in teachers. So we have to, in order to respond to these suggestions, the UNESCO in rules and the Ministry of Education for Sri Lanka and the Beijing Normal University jointly organized this international seminar and hosted in Beijing Normal University in the last year. And also in this international seminar, all the training, all the participants from the National College of Education in Sri Lanka, and also not of the president of these NGOs, also have administration staff to join this meeting. And we use different training forms, like thematic workshops, field visits, and group discussion. And we also trying to produce in the holistic syllabus for these international training contents. So I will show some pictures and explain the details about it. You can see that we have the field visit, and so we bring all the Sri Lanka's guests to our primary school in Chaoyang district in Beijing, and we show they will show the demonstration classes for the arts, methodologies, and the music, and they will do the demonstration. And also we have a group discussion about the teaching leadership in the rural schools and the remote areas. And we also trying to promote this kind of the cooperation on the teachers training in international community. And we want to open the floor and with different areas, especially for the rural areas, and hear more voice from the leadership of the teaching. We're trying to know what we can figure out in the future, focus on the teachers training and the holistic capacity building, especially in the by using the intelligent technology and the cyber learning approach. So maybe I conclude my sharing. Maybe some more questions Professor Huang can explain more.
Can you show me an example? The first example is the task from the central government. Actually, in China, the area, post area needed to be changed the situation in coming 2 years. So education needs to be also be changed. The second topic is from 3 years ago, I visited Sri Lanka. The Vice Minister of Education in Sri Lanka asked me to help them to make the national plan for ICT education. I promised I can do something for teaching training. Actually, we needed to create county-level service system based on ICT. So for teaching, first, actually, ICT and device is there. So the first, knowledge. The second, belief. The third, action. We need a cycle. For the government, we need policy, financial support, and the service working together. So to cycle working, coming together will help to change the situation. So thank you.
Thank you very much for the patience and the listening. After lunch, difficult to sit and listen and concentrate. But I think that this was a loaded session because of so many very important intracontinental kind of concepts that we'll discuss during this session. I'm very grateful to everybody who came here, who spoke, and my faculty members, my guests were there, my faculty of social sciences. I think this is the time for them to take these initiatives and I think apply on their own, research activities. Now I would like, yes, Dr. Saab. I know that you have the last paper, but I think that we will be discussing it tomorrow.
Yeah, but I have a question.
But I think that if we can ask President Session to give her final remarks, and then we can, continue this debate on tea, if there is any tea. Okay.